Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Talking TVL. I'm your digital host, Breona Winn, and if you don't know what this is, I say it every morning. This is our pre-show to the lifestyle show called Tennessee Valley Living, which airs every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Happy Friday. We have made it to the end of the work week, okay? But before we dive into the weekend, let us pump our brakes and buckle up for today's episode of Tennessee Valley Living, okay? So up first, Mother's Day, right around the corner. And I just personally feel on a personal note that this year when it comes to gifts for our moms, let's think outside of the box, right? And so in thinking about this, we have called in the people who do it best, Gigaparts, okay? And they're coming on the show to show us a couple of fun, cool gifts to gift your mom this year. One thing I will say, just as a sneak peek, because that's what we do here on Talking TVL, a little mini 3D printer. That is one thing that they're bringing out of a plethora of other amazing gifts, but a little mini 3D printer. Who doesn't love a fun craft? You know what I mean? Also, let me say this quick story about Gigaparts. So I don't know how many years they have been open, but I will say this. As I would drive down University Drive, is that what it's called, in Huntsville, I would see that store, and I'm just being honest, I'm just a girl, okay? I thought it was just a big auto store. So every time I would drive by, I'd be like, man, like what kind of parts are over there? It wasn't until they came on the show, I want to say last year, for their first interview, and I was like, baby, this is a tech store. I know this, but they have very cool things there. No, it is not an auto parts store, it's a tech store, and like I said, very cool things in the store. So take a look at some of the things that they have to offer.
So Gigaparts has been a Huntsville fixture for over 25 years. Now we have this really prominent location on University and 255. So Gigaparts is your place for all of your nerdly hobbies, whether that is amateur radio, whether that is photography, PC gaming, astronomy, treasure hunting, you name it, we've got lots of really amazing things to capture and inspire you and give you plenty of things to do with your free time. We have everything in the store from this incredible Nikon, which is one that NASA uses, approved by NASA to take amazing videography.
NASA uses this?
Apparently.
Wait,
yeah.
let's give it a little look, shall we? Okay. Does this do photo and video?
It does. It does.
Lens cap. Let's take that off.
Take
like
off
I'm
the
not
lens
seeing
cap.
anything. Okay. Oh wow, look at that. Strike a pose. Amazing.
Amazing.
Perfect. This would be good for training the youths to get their driver's license.
What, on a racetrack?
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure that the citizens of Huntsville will thank us for that. Do you know how to drive a stick?
No.
That might be a slight problem with this racing simulator, but guess what? It's just gaming. So,
sure.
You know,
Pretend.
It's all pretend.
Or is it?
Well, we have great racing simulator parts and components as well as flight simulator components. But that is just the high end of a huge range of all the stuff you need for your gaming PCs, your business computers, even just regular keyboards and mice. We refer to the people that come to Gigaparts as our community of thinkers. They're people who are curious, they're people who want to try new things. And so what we are doing here in the store, which is unique, is we're providing classes, we're providing connections to local hobby groups, to experts who are already doing that hobby that you might be contemplating.
Okay, Alex, 3D printer. Obviously I have to mention that. It's making this little Lego piece right here, right? This is fascinating.
Yeah, we've been really excited to be able to get a range of really great 3D printers in that take most of the effort out of it. We have an incredible selection of both the filaments, but also ideas on really cool things that you can do with 3D printers. So
okay.
You can come and take classes to learn how to use your 3D printer. You can get inspiration by all of the cool stuff that we have put out.
All of this was 3D printed here?
Absolutely, yeah,
Wait,
all of it's 3D
fabulous.
printed. Technology really helps us in astronomy now, even if you're a total beginner. Before you would have to hunt and peck around the universe to try and find the objects. Now you can, you can take a beginner's telescope that uses your smartphone and a mirror to figure out where you are in the sky.
No, this is a beginner telescope.
Oh yeah.
This looks very professional.
Your smartphone will help you find the objects in the night sky, and that is really revolutionary, and it means that beginning in astronomy now is super, super easy. And we love that because that means that once you start to find your way around the universe, then you're going to want all the toys. What is really fun about being in the Gigapart store is that you never know who you're going to meet. And as we are here in Huntsville, we are meeting unique and talented individuals all the time. Many of them actually sign up for our Experts Rewards programs. This means that they actually spend time in the store helping other hobbyists problem solve and figure things out.
I am now with Huntsville's president of the Amateur Radio Club, Steve. Steve, you got a radio on hand?
Yes.
Tell me what we need to know about this.
So working a handheld is very, very easy. Push the talk button.
Sure.
It can't get any harder than...
It's like a walkie-talkie.
This is nothing more than a walkie-talkie for amateur radio.
I can use a walkie-talkie.
So
Should I try it?
you can give it a try.
This is Peyton 10-4. Good?
That's
And Steve, these can be used in the chance that cell towers go out.
absolutely. Handhelds, mobile radios, when all else fails, amateur radio is the tagline we use in this hobby.
Good. Get yourself a radio.
Within this big store, Gigaparts also has a personalization department. So if you want to have your name put on something or create that special gift, you can do that here. And we also have many services that can help you if you need somebody to keep your PC safe from cyber attacks or viruses, or even, you spilt that cup of coffee on your laptop, bring it in because we can have a go at fixing it.
Again, that is a Gigapart. So many cool things. I would love to go there and do the flight simulator. That seems so cool to me. I did not know that they had that there. So definitely check them out on University Drive. And again, they're coming on the show today around 11:15 to show us a lot of cool Mother's Day gift ideas. So make sure you're tuning in for that. Okay, we're gonna take a quick little break, a little 60-second shindig, and then we're gonna come back and talk about the other two guests that we have today. All right, 100 years of Camp Coleman being celebrated this year in the form of a birthday bash tomorrow at the campsite itself. If you don't know what Camp Coleman is, it is where the Girl Scouts come and do all of the fun things, okay? So here's just I have a couple pictures for you, which, by the way, let me just say, they are coming on the show today, obviously. But I believe it's the CEO of the North Central Alabama chapter of the Girl Scouts. She's coming on today, and I want to say her name is Karen. But again, she's coming to talk about their 100-year celebration bash, again, happening tomorrow, May 3rd, at the campsite itself. So here's a more modern photo, but mind you, like I said, they're celebrating 100 years as a campsite. So this is one, but take a closer look at this. I thought it was cool. I'm not quite sure. Hold on, let's go back and forth real quick. I'm not quite sure if one of these two cabins are the one pictured in this one, but we're going to find out today on the show. So make sure you watch. But how cool is this? And a couple of years ago, or maybe it was like in the early 2012-ish, I'm not quite certain on the year, but they were awarded a historical marker from the state of Alabama for the camp. So that's super neat to me, super cool. Also, fun fact, as we're sitting here looking at these lovely Girl Scouts, I was a Girl Scout back in the day. I was, when I lived over there in Virginia, okay, little Newport News area. And I was sitting here trying to remember, they had, I don't know if it's a pledge or a chant or what have you, but it's on my honor. I will try to serve God in my country and to help each other at all times and to live by the Girl Scout law. Baby, I never forgot that. And I hope I said it right. I'm pretty sure I did. I feel like it's ingrained in the tablet of my heart, right by the scriptures, amen. But it just Girl Scouts, they just have such a special place in my heart. Maybe it's because I used to be one. Also, fun fact, maybe not so fun, I definitely remember and will never forget the time when I was selling Girl Scout cookies door to door. It's me, my older sister, and my mother going from to the neighbors, just knocking. I hated dogs at the time. I was very deathly scared of them. It was lethal to me, honestly. And this woman opened her door, and we're trying to sell some do-si-dos, maybe a little Thin Mint, a little trefoil, and all of a sudden I hear woo 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 woo. I said, wait a minute, what's going on? And out of the fence, the smallest little chihuahua comes out. And at this time, mind you, I was no older than 7, because at that point I would have moved to a different state. No older than 7, but to me, this small dog was the size of an elephant. Do you know, luckily I was in my neighborhood, but I ran a good 4 blocks home all the way. And I swear to you, that dog chased me all the way. I don't think he did, but I remember my mom, I'm doing the dash, Usain Bolt, and and my mom was like, Breona, come back here. The dog is away. And I went home. I don't even think I made sales that entire season. I was traumatized. And I want to say that was even my last year being a Girl Scout. So, yeah, I didn't get all my badges that year. I definitely didn't, because I was scared of the dogs. But nonetheless, these lovely ladies at the Camp Coleman, okay, they're getting all the badges. They're getting all of the experience and the history. And it should be a great time. So we'll hear from the representative today on the show about Camp Coleman, and we'll go from there. It's going to be a great time. And last but not least, our lovely friend, Chef Noble, will be coming from 116 Noble. He's in the TVO kitchen, and he's whipping up some spectacular Mother's Day foods for us. I'm not quite sure what's on the menu yet, but I love a good surprise. So if you're just like me, we're going to tune in around 11:45. Well, we're going to watch the full show, obviously, but around 11:45, we're coming onto the show in expectation that we are going to hear from Chef himself. And let me tell you, one of the cool things about working at this job and in this role, every time we have food guests and they're just so gracious to leave their food, we get to try everyone's wonderful cooking, and it's just so fun. And I just love food so much. So to be able to widen my my array of taste buds and just try new things, it really warms my heart. It really does. So that is happening today around 11:45, and make sure you bring your pen, bring your notebook, because he's got new recipes, and I'm sure he's going to be talking about his Mother's Day event happening at 116 Noble. So be sure to tune in for that. Before I let you go, this is so unserious, but I just have to know, and maybe I'll ask it again on, I'm off Monday, so on Tuesday. Have you all seen the debate with 100 men versus 1 gorilla? It is taking the social media world by storm. And I'm going to be honest with you. So the whole thing is, who do you think is going to win in the fight? 116 men, no, 116 men, that's 116 Noble. 100 men or 1 gorilla? Who's winning? Now, at first, I'm not going to lie to you, I was team men. I was like, okay, all it takes is strategy, right? If everyone, if the average man weighs around 200 pounds, I'm doing the math, I'm asking ChatGPT, like, okay, logistically here, who's going to win? And I'm like, okay, no, the men, they have the strategy, they'll do it, it's going to be great. But then, late last night, as I laid my head to rest, I saw a picture of 100 men. And in my head, I thought that, when I heard 100 men in my head, I saw 1,000. So when I saw it looked like 20 people, I said, oh, yeah, no, these men don't stand a chance, not against that gorilla. So that is interesting. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. Send us a message on our Instagram DMs. Like, what are your thoughts on the 100 men versus 1 gorilla? I'm very curious, but it's just something to think about as you go into your weekend and you enjoy this nice weather, or maybe it won't be nice weather. Who knows? You will know come 10:30, because there's going to be a live stream from our meteorologist today. I want to say it's Eric. He's in the house, and he will give you an update on today's weather as well as what you can expect throughout the weekend. So be sure to stick around for that. Have an amazing weekend. It's Friday. Live your best life. Be careful. Stay safe. Stay hydrated, because it might be hot. Who knows? And I will see you Tuesday for another episode of Talking TVL at 10 a.m.